Hey, you ever have one of those days where everything just feels a little heavy? You wake up, but you just don't feel excited. You try to focus, but your mind keeps drifting. You have goals. Maybe you even have a plan, but something inside just doesn't want to move. It's not laziness. It's not because you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it's just life and being human. I want to gently ask you today, where do you usually go to find your motivation? Is it music, a strong cup of coffee? Or maybe it's people, those you admire or love. Motivation is something we all chase from time to time. We want to stay positive, feel inspired, and be our best selves. But here's something important that I've learned. You don't need to feel positive all the time to keep moving forward. In fact, you don't need to wait for motivation at all. If lately you've been feeling low energy, stuck, or unsure, this is for you. We'll explore soft, simple ways to stay motivated and protect your mindset, even on days when the light feels far away. Let me share something personal. There was a time when I felt so tired of everything. I was working hard, doing what I loved, and still, there was this strange emptiness. No matter how many to-do lists I wrote, I just didn't feel like doing anything. And when I forced myself to keep going, I started to lose joy. One evening, instead of pushing harder, I just sat in silence. I turned off all the noise, no phone, no music, no pressure. And I asked myself one question. What do I truly need right now? The answer surprised me. I didn't need a big dream. I didn't need success or attention. I just needed rest, a little kindness, a reminder that I was already doing enough. That night didn't change everything, but it changed something inside me. It reminded me that motivation doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. So maybe today you don't need more pressure. Maybe you just need a softer approach, a few quiet tools to help you stay on track without burning out. That's what I'm doing right now. Now, we'll discover why your morning matters more than you think, how to protect your energy from negativity, and the real reason progress feels better than perfection. But first, take a deep breath. Inhale, slowly. Hold on for a few seconds, and exhale, slowly. You're here. You're trying. And that already means something. Let's begin this gentle journey together. The power of a morning start. Let's talk about mornings. Not everyone loves them. I understand. Some people feel slow in the morning. Others feel rushed. But no matter what kind of person you are, one thing is true. How you start your day affects how you carry the rest of it. Imagine waking up and grabbing your phone right away. You scroll through social media, news, messages, and before you've even brushed your teeth, your mind is already full and tired. Now imagine something different. You wake up slowly. You take a deep breath. You stretch. Maybe you drink a warm glass of water. Maybe you look outside the window and say nothing for a minute. You move gently, and for a moment, you are just present. That's the power of a morning start. It doesn't have to be long or perfect, just intentional. When we start our day with peace, we give our minds space to breathe. And when our minds can breathe, motivation becomes easier to find. I've found that even 5 minutes in the morning, used with care, can change everything. It's like planting a seed, the seed of calm, of clarity, of direction. Here are a few morning habits that have helped me stay motivated, even when life feels heavy. 1. No phone for like the first 30 minutes. Let your mind wake up on its own. The world, it can totally wait. 2. Drink water. I know it sounds simple, but most of us wake up and we're like dehydrated. and that can make us feel foggy or like low energy. 3. Write one sentence in a journal. Just one. 4. Do one thing slowly. Make your bed, wash your face, stretch, but do it with full attention, as if it matters, because it totally does. There's a quote I like: "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits." And your morning habits, they're your foundation. We often think motivation is about like big emotions, fire, energy, loud music, but more often it comes quietly from the little things we repeat every day. So if you've been feeling unmotivated lately, ask yourself, how am I starting my mornings? Do I give myself space to like grow into the day? Or am I jumping straight into the noise? You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't need to be like perfect. You just need to start with presence. A quiet morning leads to a stronger day, and a stronger day becomes a step forward, even if it's just a small one. So tomorrow, try this. Before the world asks for your attention, give some of it to yourself first. Even if it's just 5 minutes. It's not about the time, it's about the intention. And from that small intentional space, positivity begins. Protect your mind like a garden. Let's imagine something, okay? Think of your mind as a garden. A quiet, private garden that only you can take care of. In this garden, every thought is like a seed. Some grow into flowers, beautiful, helpful, full of life. Others grow into weeds, messy, loud, and full of doubt. Now, ask yourself, what kind of seeds have you been planting lately? We live in such a noisy world, don't we? We see other people's lives every day. We hear opinions. We scroll through posts, videos, comments. Some of it inspires us, but some of it makes us feel small, not enough, or too far behind. And the truth is, if you don't protect your mind, negativity will find a way in. That's why one of the best ways to stay positive and motivated is to guard your mental space, just like a gardener guards their plants. So, how do we do that? 1. Be mindful of what you consume, not just food, but information, conversations, and even music or background noise. Everything you allow in becomes part of your inner world. If you constantly hear that you're not successful unless you're rich, famous, or perfect, you'll feel like you're failing, even when you're actually growing. So, unfollow accounts that drain your energy. Say no to conversations that leave you feeling anxious or small. And most importantly, be kind to yourself when you catch a negative thought. You can simply say, "That thought doesn't help me. I choose another one." Number 2, spend some time in silence. I know, it might feel kind of strange at first, but silence is powerful, really. It gives you the space, to hear your own voice again. Not society's voice, not pressure, not fear, just you. Even just 5-10 minutes a day of quiet, without your phone, without any tasks, can really help your mind feel clearer. And when the mind is clear, motivation, it returns more naturally. 3. Surround yourself with reminders of who you want to be. It can be simple, a post-it note with a quote on your wall, a picture that reminds you of peace, a playlist that lifts your mood, a friend who speaks gently and believes in your dreams. Motivation, it isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you recreate every day with small choices. So, protect your inner garden. Water it with kind words. Remove the weeds of comparison. Let sunlight in by choosing positive energy in what you watch, read, and say. Here's a gentle phrase you can carry with you today. My mind is my home. I will treat it with care. Remember, you can't always control what happens around you, but you can control what grows within you. And when your inner world is peaceful, it's easier to keep going, even when the outside world is not. So, what will you plant in your garden today? Progress, not perfection. Ever started something all excited but then stopped because it wasn't Good enough? At first you felt all motivated, but then a small mistake or a slow day made you feel like a failure. If that sounds familiar, I want to tell you something simple but powerful. Progress matters more than perfection, always. Remember, perfection isn't real, it's just an idea in your mind. It's always moving, always changing, and you never really reach it. What's real is progress. One step, one try, one small improvement. If you want to stay motivated, remember this. You don't need big wins every day. You just need movement. Even slow progress is still progress. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Some days you walk quickly. Some days you take only a few steps. And some days you rest. But you don't walk backwards. You stay on the path. And that's enough. Here are a few ways to focus on progress. Track small wins. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I do today that moved me forward, even just a little? You'll be surprised at how much you actually did. Celebrate effort, not just results. Did you show up, even when you didn't feel like it? That's success. Did you try, even when you felt afraid? That's courage. Compare yourself with your past self, not with others. You're not here to compete. You're here to grow. And growth looks different for everyone. Oh, darling, let go of this idea that you must be perfect to be worthy. Release the belief that mistakes mean failure. Instead, tell yourself, every step I take is building something. I'm not where I was, and I'm not done yet. Motivation stays when you stop chasing perfect and start trusting your progress. So today, whatever you're doing, studying, working, healing, learning, give yourself credit for showing up. Give yourself space to grow slowly, and give yourself permission to be imperfect, but committed. You're not behind. You're just on your own timeline. And it's okay to move at your own pace. Stay gentle. Stay moving. We've talked about mornings, mindset, and progress. But before we end, I want to leave you with something deeper. Something simple, yet easy to forget. You don't have to fight through life. You can move forward, gently. Many people believe they must push hard all the time to succeed. They carry their goals like a heavy bag, always worrying, always running. But what if I told you, you don't need to run to get where you're going? You can walk, you can breathe, you can rest, and still grow. Staying positive and motivated doesn't mean you're always happy. It doesn't mean you never get tired or sad. It means you learn how to be kind to yourself when things are hard. It means you keep choosing your path, even when it's slow or messy. Because real strength is quiet. It shows up in the way you try again, in the way you speak gently to yourself after a mistake, in the way you keep going, not loudly, but with love. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly appreciated how far you've come? We often forget. We only look at how far we still have to go. But pause for a second. Think about the version of you from 1 year ago. What were you struggling with back then? What have you overcome since? Even if the progress is small, even if it's invisible to others, you are growing. And that growth matters. So today, I invite you to stay gentle. Not weak, but kind. To yourself, to your journey, to your pace. Here are 3 reminders to carry with you, okay? First, motivation isn't a feeling, it's a decision. You don't need to wait for it. You can create it with small actions. Second, positivity doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means believing in hope, even during pain. Third, you're allowed to take breaks. You're allowed to rest. That's not quitting, that's healing. And here's something I often say to myself. Slow progress is still progress, and gentle steps still move me forward. Before we finish, let's take one quiet moment together. Close your eyes if you can. Take a slow breath in and exhale softly. Say this to yourself in your mind or out loud. I am learning. I am growing. I am doing enough. You don't have to be perfect to be proud of yourself. You don't have to feel powerful every day to live a powerful life. You just have to keep choosing the next step with care, with intention, and with heart. So, stay moving, stay gentle, and always, always come back to yourself. You are doing better than you think, and you are never alone on this journey. This is Dear Monologue. If you're struggling with family pressure, listen to my last video. I'm here for you. I'm so glad you spent this time with me today. Until next time, stay soft, stay strong, and keep going.